Hi, mums and dads. Soon we will be moving on and we'll be doing our news. And you have had a sheet to explain to you how we do the weekly news. But what has happened as well is you will get a calendar sent to you with the days of the week on, obviously for February, just for the next 2 weeks. And then the children have been divided into groups by color. And you will see they're either in the red group or the green group or the yellow group or the blue group. And then on each little square of the calendar, I have put which group will be working on that day. So all the news is not done on one day, and all the children don't all do news on one day. We only have 5 children doing news on one day, and sometimes it's only 4, depending on the size of the group. Mondays you don't have to worry about because the children come into school and they tell me all about their weekend news. So that's not a problem at all. Tuesday's news, and you will see it'll follow down on the calendar. You'll have the Tuesdays at the top and the dates underneath. Tuesday's news is always object news. Now, the child can find anything they would like to find at home and bring it to school and explain to us what that object actually is. Right, I have my object now. I just want to explain to you what I would expect of them. So they don't have to be amazing speeches or anything like that. Right, so I have found this ornament, okay. So if the child was bringing in the ornament, what I would expect of the child is just for the child to say, right, this is an ornament, okay? It's white. So they give me what it is, they give me the color. What it's made of, what is it made of? It's ceramic, okay? And if they were really clever, they would say to me, ceramic is like pottery, and then it's been painted white, okay? So this is my angel, and this is my special object. The reason I brought it in today is because I would like to show you what we put on our Christmas table, and then we had candles on our table as well. And that would be perfect. Or maybe the child would want to say, I've brought this in because it's special to me because my granny gave it to me. So that would be one example of object news. So the children then walk away learning that it was an angel, it was made out of ceramic, and they identify with the color that it's white, and they understand Christmas is an exciting time for many of them, and so then it would be an angel. But it doesn't have to be anything as exotic as that. I just want to give you another example. They could bring in a stapler, okay? And they're going to do the same thing. The stapler is made out of metal, okay? This stapler is black. Sometimes they come in other colors. What we do with the stapler is we staple pieces of paper together. And at that stage, it would be good to give them a piece of paper that you know they've got so they can show us, and they would staple it together. And then they could open the stapler and say, inside here, okay, is where the staples are kept. Right. And I mean, the children do know what staples are because their work does get stapled together. So they've seen it happen. They just may not have the vocabulary for it. All right. So that would be something simple. That could be object news. And the idea is that the child will find the object that he would like to bring to school and explain to the class exactly what it is. Right, then we also have picture news. Often children would like to show photographs because to them a picture is often a photograph. So if they want to bring a photograph, that's perfect, and then they would explain, this is my photograph. And then let them explain why it's their favorite picture. Because the idea with a picture is that they're bringing in their favorite picture. Okay, so why would they bring that in? Okay, so this is my favorite one because I was able to go to the bird park. I went with my granny or I went with my cousin, and at the bird park, they took a picture of us with an owl. And so this is why it's my favorite picture. And I keep it in my room or wherever they keep it. But it doesn't have to be a photograph. It could be a picture out of a book, which I'll show you now. Most children are very fond of animals. So they could come along and say, okay, so this is my favorite picture here. I like this picture very much because this picture here is of puppies. And there's some more puppies there. So that's why I like this picture. Because mommy has said for my birthday, she's going to get us a puppy. Because our other dog was old and he got sick and he died. And now we're going to get a puppy. And we're going to get a puppy like this. Okay, and this kind of dog is actually what we've always had. He's a puppy St. Bernard. And so I would like to show you the kind of puppy I'm going to get. And that's my favorite. They might just come and say, no, this puppy is my favorite because look how cute he is. I would love to have a puppy at home, but we can't have a puppy because now I've got a new baby sister and mommy says she's too busy. So that often happens. But they can choose. Okay, what is a puppy then? A puppy is a baby dog. So it gives us lots of things to talk about, you know. What are the colors of the puppies? So that would be their picture news, but it would draw a lot that I could draw out for them. Again, extending their vocabulary and things. Right, the one that is done, and picture news is always on a Wednesday. Object news is always on a Tuesday. Monday is always weekend news. The news they like doing the most, actually, is the Friday one. And I'm not going to do that for you now because I've already done it on the videos previously. That's our demonstration news, where they come to school prepared with all the things they want to show us, and then they make up whatever they want to do. So it could be from them showing us how to draw something special. It could be from them wanting to show us how to make something special. It could be something that is already almost pre-baked and then they decorate. So it could be anything they would like to demonstrate to us. But that I did with you with the jelly. The hardest one, obviously, is a Thursday. And sadly, very sadly, a lot of the parents then don't send in the Thursday news because it has been, a difficult thing to find. So that would be world news. All right, so not so long ago, the weather obviously in Mozambique was bad. And you could put it in a very simple form for them, and just say, there'd been a lot of rain there and that had caused flooding. Also, you don't want to get them frightened or scared. And that now is the reason why, people there have had to move homes and move out because there's been a flood there. And a lot of people have lost their homes. So you could put it like that. Or at the moment, obviously, here, vaccine is very prevalent. They're not going to know what a vaccine is, but they could know because they know COVID, they know everything about it because at school we have to teach them to walk separately. So at the moment, we could perhaps say, well, COVID now, they've found an injection, a type of injection that's called a vaccine. And it's just arrived in South Africa. And now they're going to see how nicely or how well it's going to work when they start giving people injections, and that might stop COVID from spreading. So, those could be world news things. Often there's lovely world news. When you've got the rugby teams playing and whoever wins, whether it's South Africa or not South Africa, when you've got the cricket news, sporting news is always lovely. Also, they love celebrity news. So when there's a celebrity visiting the country or they've been to see a special show and there's been a celebrity in that they can remember and recall, and they can tell us, well, that celebrity was in the pantomime that they watched, and he spoke to them or whatever it is. So, but please try and do that news. It doesn't have to be world news, it can be local news. So it could be things like, um, Discovery Primary celebrated their 50th anniversary of the school running or things like that. So the Ready Port record will also give you an indication of what's going on. Obviously, we don't want to scare them, so we need to put it in a nice way, but they need to be aware of what is actually happening around them. At the moment, too, obviously the rocket that was sent to Mars from the UAE. They're going to see now whether it will actually be able to open up and launch like it should. Well, it's been launched, but the sides open up so that they can take the photographs of Mars. So, I mean, that would be a lovely thing to discuss. But it doesn't have to be in great detail, and world news just needs to be done simply. Um, and they're very confident to try and just explain it. We have had celebrities, in the boxing arena as well that have, had 60-year-old birthdays or things like that. So I'm just going to send this video to you more or less just to try and help you along with understanding what is expected of the children during news time. And please help them because they really, really do get excited about presenting their news because there's only 5 of them. And if you miss your turn on that day, you don't present it the next day because the next group come. So if you forget, it's not a train smash, but the child won't present the news the next day. They'll have to wait till the following week. So, just if you can just help them along. And it's a wonderful learning curve for the whole class. As I say, I will get the rotation table out to you as to how and who's doing what on which days, and that'll come to you soon. But obviously, then when you get it, you know what it is. And so that's why, more than anything else, I just wanted you to be able to see this video. So thank you for your part in it. And we all look forward to doing our Grade On News daily and learning lots and just enjoying and growing those children beautifully, vocabulary, and growing them in confidence too. Thank you.